Happy Friday, everyone. This is Bram Sportes. Today is September 19, 2025. I'm your host, Brandon Ramos. And let's get started with your information. And let's start with the El Paso Chihuahuas as they are winding down the regular season on the road against Sugarland, the last series of the season on Wednesday. On Wednesday, 2 days ago, the El Paso Chihuahuas got the win 13-2, and last night the Chihuahuas once again a much needed win 5-1. And for the other teams, Tacoma in the last two games went 1-1, and Round Rock went 0-2, which means the Chihuahuas now have the lead in the PCL East Division by a game and a half over Round Rock. And in the PCL, the entire Pacific Coast League, they are now sitting 3.5 games back of Tacoma, with 4 games left for the Chihuahuas, 3 more for Tacoma, because again, there is a game pending between the Chihuahuas and the Space Cowboys for a game that was postponed earlier this season at Southwest University Park. So the Chihuahuas still mathematically still alive for the PCL ticket that awards them to the championship game. Now let's take a look at what's going to happen this weekend in terms of Borderland teams. Let's start with the El Paso Locomotive FC, as they will be back home at Southwest University Park taking on Charleston Battery. Right now, the Locos sitting in fifth place with 32 points. A win and a combination of other results would move them up to third place in the USL Western Conference standings. So we'll see what happens for them. That is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. FC Juarez, the men's team, will be on the road taking on Cruz Azul tonight. That's going to be happening tonight at 7 p.m. Juarez right now in ninth place of the table with 12 points. For the FC Juarez women's team, Las Bravas will be at home at Estadio Olímpico Benito Juárez taking on Tigres. Tigres, the team sitting on top of the Liga MX Femenil table right now, but the Bravas in 8th place with 18 points. So it's going to be a huge clash, a great match at Estadio Olímpico Benito Juárez. UTEP Athletics, let's start with the football team, will be back home at the Sun Bowl Stadium taking on UL Monroe. The Miners coming off a loss against national ranked Texas at Austin. The Miners sitting at 1-2 on the season. So see if the Miners can put themselves back at 500 tomorrow night at 7 p.m. UTEP volleyball there at the Stephen F. Austin tournament. Today, though, a huge clash against national ranked SMU, number 10 SMU. And hopefully the Lady Miners can get a win here. They already lost a match against a ranked team in UCLA at Memorial Gym last week. So hopefully the Lady Miners can bounce back and win this match today. The match today will be at 4 p.m. Tomorrow, they will take on the host team, Stephen F. Austin, at 11 a.m. And the UTEP soccer team, they will be on the road taking on Louisiana Tech. That's going to be tonight at 6 p.m. And this is the start of Conference USA play for the Lady Miners. Again, on the road taking on Louisiana Tech. This is the UTEP soccer team. Now let's go to the MLB scores from yesterday. The New York Mets defeated the San Diego Padres 6-1. The Cleveland Guardians defeated the Detroit Tigers 3-1. The Tampa Bay Rays over the Toronto Blue Jays 4-0. The Athletics beat the Boston Red Sox 5-3. The Seattle Mariners defeated the Kansas City Royals 2-0. The Miami Marlins defeated the Colorado Rockies 9-7. The Cincinnati Reds over the Chicago Cubs 1-0. And something to point out in this game, starting pitcher Hunter Green went complete game here. 9 innings, only 1 hit allowed, only 1 walked, and 9 strikeouts. The New York Yankees defeated the Baltimore Orioles 7-0. The Milwaukee Brewers defeated the LA Angels 5-2. And the LA Dodgers defeated the San Francisco Giants 2-1. And as we are close to the weekend, let's update you on the MLB standings as we are about a week left in the regular season. The American League East Division, you got the Toronto Blue Jays still leading the division, 89 wins, 64 losses, but the New York Yankees still in it for the division, 3 games back. In the AL Central, the Detroit Tigers lead with 85 wins, 68 losses. The Cleveland Guardians have made it interesting as they are only 3.5 games back. In the AL West, the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners tied on top of the division, both at 84 wins and 69 losses. In the National League East, well, the Philadelphia Phillies already clinched the division. In the NL Central, the Milwaukee Brewers, 94 wins, 59 losses, lead the division. The Chicago Cubs, 6 games back. Both the Brewers and the Cubs have already clinched a playoff berth. And in the NL West, the LA Dodgers still leading, 86 wins, 67 losses. The San Diego Padres, 3 games back. And then the wild card in the American League, you got the New York Yankees sitting in that first American League wild card spot still. The Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners, since they're tied in division, they are both also in the wild card standings, both sitting in the second slot. And then the third and final American League wildcard spot right now are the Boston Red Sox. Behind the Red Sox are the Cleveland Guardians, only a game and a half back of that last wildcard spot. They are followed by the Texas Rangers, who are 4 games back. And in the National League, the Chicago Cubs still sitting on top of the wildcard standings. The San Diego Padres the second, and the New York Mets still hanging on to that third and final wildcard spot. Behind the Mets are the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds, both a couple games back, and they are followed by the San Francisco Giants, who are 3 games back of the Mets. Now let's go to the NFL as the week 3 regular season schedule begun last night, where the Buffalo Bills defeated the Miami Dolphins 31-21. It was a close game, however, a late interception by the Bills sealed the game for them last night. WNBA first round action continued last night, where there were game 3s at Atlanta and Las Vegas. Let's start in Atlanta, where the Indiana Fever forced a game 3 against the Atlanta Dream. And here the Indiana Fever pulls off the upset. The 6th-seed Indiana Fever eliminate the 3-seed Atlanta Dream. 87-85 was the final score last night, which means the Indiana Fever are on to the WNBA semifinals, and they will take on the Las Vegas Aces, who won also a close game against the Seattle Storm, 74-73. So we got our first WNBA semifinals clash already, with the Las Vegas Aces taking on the Indiana Fever. The other semifinal will be decided tonight, as the Phoenix Mercury and the New York Liberty will face off in a winner-take-all game 3 tonight at Phoenix, and the winner will take on the Minnesota Lynx, who already eliminated the Golden State Valkyries. And with this, we conclude Bram Sportes on this Friday. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and we'll see you next week.